Good morning, everyone. My name is Jared Zukowski, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to grow your back according to science. Over the last 90 days, I have recorded all of my back workouts and done a side-by-side comparison of what I believe has grown my back the most. One of the biggest things during this bulk was I wanted to have bigger lats. That was a huge goal of mine. So I really wanted to emphasize the overall work I was doing for my lats. So in this video, I am breaking down what I believe is the 4 best movements for your back according to science, which I have cross-referenced with research material and other type of video content to go along with my claims. So to start out, the first movement that I really truly love the most, coming from a powerlifting background, I'm a big fan of compound movements, and I know what you're going to say. Deadlift question mark? No, the lat pull down. I view the lat pull down as my compound movement. I really have enjoyed overloading this weight, increasing the weight week by week, and kind of just really focusing on the form with it. The movement is very dependent on form, I must say. You don't want to sling it around. The more activation you get will come from the better form you have, kind of keeping your elbows tucked in while you're pulling it down and kind of having that pull forward kind of movement. The reason I love the lat pull down is it creates great posture for the back. It really just does, and the main reason for that is because it isolates the latissimus dorsi so well. It just isolates that one area, so you're pulling through it, and with great form, you can really hit the broadest part of your back, which we all know, if you really want to hit that really good front lat spread, you got to have that thing pop out, man. So next on the list, I do 2 variations of this, but typically I start out with a wide grip cable seated row after my lat pull down. I believe that this is the single best exercise for the lat stretch, especially on the negative. And the reason I like it is, again, for back for me, it's really about form. You know, the more that I squeeze and the more that I really emphasize the negative of it, the crazier the lat pump is going to be. Now you can do different types of grips with this. I have done hammer grip, I have done wide grip, super wide grip, and even a closer grip. But I really feel that the hammer grip right in the middle of the farthest grip and the closest grip gives me the best overall result. As well, I like to do this movement in the single arm seated cable row variation as well. This allows me to rotate my wrist, starting with my wrist knuckles to the sky and finishing with my palms to the sky to really give a really excellent squeeze on each side. And again, that lat stretch, that's pretty much the main thing that we are targeting. We are trying to pull that lat as far out from the body as possible with a really great squeeze to finish off a really great movement. Now, the next thing that I like to focus on and perform is the high row. So there's a bunch of different variations you can do with the high row. However, the one that I like the most is the plate-loaded high row. You can sit right up on it, put your straps on it, and pull it right down. One of the things that I love about it is that the internet thinks it is one of the most optimal back movements there is. Jeff Nippert has also talked about how, he thinks it's funny the overall internet believes that it's the most optimal, but overall, you can really maximize the progressive overload on this. I've been able to go up and up and up and up week by week on this movement. This morning for my lat workout, or I just say back workout, I was putting 3 plates on and having a really nice squeeze and a nice technique with what I was doing. It also gives a lot of high tension on that stretch, on the front and the back. You can kind of rest a little bit with it at the bottom, or I guess the contraction of the lift, but that stretch is really my favorite part. And in all honesty, the best part of back movements, for me at least, is the stretch. A lot you can see on the internet that a lot of bicep movements, the most anabolic area is the stretch in the bottom of the movement, and I believe the same for the back. And finally, we have an honorable mention. So something that I have stopped doing in my back workouts. However, I used to put this at the end every single time because it seemed it's where it fit the most and it made the most sense, but it is rear delts. So I don't really know exactly what to call these. I'll have a clip of Ryan Humiston to kind of show you and to explain to you, what the movement's called and the benefits of it. However, When you take rear delts and you put your triceps connected to your lats and you push backwards, as well as tucking your chin into your chest, I like to perform these on a seated bench, kind of like I am doing a low row on the bench. Instead, I am pushing the weights directly behind me. My rear delts have grown by far the most doing this movement rather than the typical rear delt fly, which will only result in a 27.5% activation. There's a lot of things going on. I highly recommend checking out Ryan Humison's video on TikTok. I'll link it down in the description below. After watching this, it completely changed my mindset and view on the rear delts. And we all know, to be able to have a really great shoulder, you have to have that back meat. And it's a part of the back, you know? Throw it in there. Have a good time with it. I want to thank you for tuning into this video today. This has been how to grow your back according to science. In my opinion, the most optimal back exercises that you can do. For my training, all that I do is about 8 sets. So each of the movements that I talked about today, I do about 2 sets to failure or to around RPE 7 to 8, and I will call it a day. This has grown my back immensely, and I recommend you all to try. If you can please do me a favor and leave a like, and please subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you have any other exercises that you'd like me to talk about or take a look at, or ones that you just really enjoy doing, please leave it in the comments down below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful and a phenomenal day, and I'll see you in the next one.